Chris, these games are about, I'm assuming, obviously winning first and foremost, but getting minutes for players, getting goals for people like Max Dean and Matt Dennis. So mission complete.
Yeah, fantastic. The lads who've not had a lot of minutes came in tonight and performed to a really high level, and that's what you want to see. Full of goals, full of commitment, full of running, full of energy, and most importantly, not 3 points. Well, it is 3 points, but a win. So it just keeps that good feeling, that feel-good factor going within the squad, and it keeps the competition high for places, which is what we need.
You left obviously 1 or 2 in. Jack Tucker got more minutes. What was the thinking behind the team selection? Really giving some. Obviously, you have to give some players in this competition that have played certain games, and there's certain rules and regulations, isn't there? I think.
Yeah, there is a lot, and we had to. That was part of the thought process with picking the team. We had to make sure we complied with the rules, and playing Tuck certainly helped us with that. And again, I thought he was superb.
Others come in. Dean Lewington, obviously, great to have him back as the skipper.
Yeah, he's missed a lot of pre-season with his hamstring, so it's good to see him back. His experience, as everybody knows, is valuable to the team. Yeah, and again, I thought he performed to a high standard, so he'll be feeling good about himself. He'll be more confident about himself physically, because I think you can train, but until you start to play games, you sort of get a feel of where you are. And tonight was a good test for him, because Chelsea have got a lot of young lads with a lot of movement, and they pull you around the pitch, and I thought he caught with it really well.
A number of them half his age as well, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some of them young enough to be his son.
Max Dean came on, scored a couple good finishes as well.
Yeah, he came on straight away, had instant impact, which is what you want from the subs. He's been training really well, and he's been unfortunate not to get more opportunities than what he has had. But he came on, and it is all about taking the opportunity when you do get the moment, and he did. He came on, scored 2 great goals, could have had a third, and he had instant impact, and all credit to him.
It's difficult in a way for this competition to get momentum, because you don't play again for I think 3 weeks, and then it's not till November. But in the past, how have you and kind of Graham viewed the competition? Is it getting minutes for players, or the end goal is obviously Wembley if you can get there?
Yeah, we in previous clubs, we've got to finals, and we do want to win this competition. It's the next game, and in every game in front of us we want to win. It just keeps that momentum and that confidence within the group. But yeah, it's certainly a trophy that we'll be wanting to win.
You mentioned the more senior players in the game tonight. Jonathan Lecco, of course, getting a goal, getting an assist. Yeah. You want that, don't you, from those senior players to be stepping up and puffing their chest out and being the leaders on the night?
Yeah, definitely. And it was important that the lads at the top end of the pitch. We've been scoring freely all season, but it's important that your strikers continue to do that. And certainly with Matt Dennis again scoring the winning goal, a couple of weeks ago, coming on scoring a great goal tonight, and John. He's had a number of chances and probably should have found the net a little bit more often than he has done, and he'll be the first to admit that. But it was important for him, confidence-wise, that he's found the back of the net, and hopefully he'll carry on from there.
And there's always plenty of things that you could learn from, but I'm sure you'd have been expecting to be probably a little bit further ahead at the break.
Yeah, I think the game should have been done at half-time, if I'm honest. With the chances that we've created, if we were ruthless, the game would have been done and should have been done. But we got there in the end, with a combination of the lads that should have been ruthless in the first half and the subs that came on.
And some, bright performances from the youngsters as well. I thought Callum Tripp again played really well out of position, and Phoenix Schultz was good, and Brooklyn Lunga named the man of the match as well.
Yeah, there's some outstanding performances, all across the pitch from senior lads to young lads, and I think the young lads in particular, because of the lack of experience or game time, I thought they shone brightly tonight, and that all bodes well for the club.
On Dean Lewington, it might be easy, and there'll be fans screaming for him to come back into the side. But is he one of those that you've got to try and ease back in now?
I think so. You've got to be mindful, obviously, of his age and where he's at. We'll be guided by him. I think there's nobody knows his body better than him. He's 39 and he's got here for a reason. He knows his body inside out. So we'll be guided by him, and obviously make sure we do the right steps to make sure he's 100% fit.
And it's a question I've asked Graham pretty much every single press conference in the last couple of weeks. But what's the latest with recruitment news? Is there anything on the horizon?
There's nothing to say at the moment. I mean, there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes, a lot of phone calls, and there's nothing to report as yet. But there's certainly not for the want of trying. And I know you've heard this before, but
so
yeah,
it's nice to hear a new voice saying it.
Yeah, it is still the same from me.
When it comes to, obviously, you guys are going to Crewe on Friday. you'll be looking to go significantly earlier than I'm sure the 11 o'clock transfer deadline. Does that sort of increase the pace at which you guys want to work? Do you want everything wrapped up before you leave for Crewe?
In an ideal world, yeah, we'd like to be organised and settled before we set off, but we understand and how transfer deadlines work, and it wouldn't surprise me if anything happens right up until the last minute, and we've been part of that ourselves at numerous clubs, so you have to be prepared for that. It is a crazy day, and certainly the unexpected can happen.
This was the last game of August, where the Dons won more games than they have not. Has it been good to get that winning rhythm set up early on?
No, 100%. I mean, winning is everything, and that's what we've tried to instill from pre-season. We knew once we sort of got the team settled and into a rhythm, we've got a lot of quality within this squad. So it was important that we follow up the quality with wins, and that means scoring more goals and defending properly. So the confidence comes from winning. The belief comes because everything you're working on in training gives the lads more confidence to keep going down that route, and the lads have been superb.